4 classes, and we start with the Rotax Heavy final here. Just the 5 starters, one of the smaller classes of the weekend, but we saw a fantastic pre-final. Won eventually by James McDonald, but had a great battle going with the 2 of Zach Zaloom and the 76 of Steve Halpin. Rotax 125 water cools, their electric start, just a push button start on the steering wheel. They have a small centrifugal clutch to get the carts away. If they do spin or stop, they will keep the engines running. They are water cooled. You'll see the drivers in the pits pre-warming them up. They get them up to about 50 degrees water temperature to get some heat into the engine. They are limited by the amount of jet sizes and needle sizes you can run in the carburetor. And a lot of it does come down to tuning. The engines are pretty much identical performance-wise, but on the day with chassis set up with the kart and critical engine tuning with needles and jets, that's how you get to go fast with these Rotaxes. More so in Rotax Heavy, it's all about momentum. With a heavier weight, if you make a mistake, you can't tend to get off the corners or out of trouble as quick as you would maybe with a higher revving Yamaha or an open type class kart. So really with these karts, you can't afford to make mistakes. You've got to keep momentum up through the corners. Sideways is not the way to go. Teddy Bassick just struggling a little bit early. Number 96, this is a Trilly kart out of Europe. It's one of the many karts out of the Tony Kart factory. Jarno Trilly, of course, running in the Formula 1 Championship for Toyota. Here is the Tony Kart of Zach Zaloom running in second. James McDonald's getting away from him here early. This kart looks a little bit different to the rest. It's got a full width rear bumper. This is one of the new generation European type setups out of European and world karting. With the full width, if someone does get into the back of the kart in front, tends to lessen the chances of that kart running up over the back of the exposed rear wheels. See there with the Halpin number 76 machine just running the conventional shorter width steel bumper that plugs directly into the rear chassis rails in the karts. And that can also aid handling characteristics with these chassis. No suspension. The chassis for each of these karts is basically the suspension, and there's a lot of tuning able to be done. Some of the karts run adjustable torsion bars front and rear, even down to how tight you've got the side pods plugged into the side of each side of the kart. Makes differences with the setups. Awful lot of fun. Turn up and race and away you go. Battle for second now on the racetrack. Zach Zaloom and Steve Halpin. Zach Zaloom, the current 2NZ in the Rotax Heavy class. He finished second in last year's New Zealand Championships. A very, very quick young racer in the junior classes before his move up to senior. Steve Halpin also running here in the Hawke's Bay. Just had a little half look up the inside. It's a double apex right-hander through the infield. You've got to time it right. If you mistime it, it can upset the run up to the hairpin and cost you exit speed onto this series of corners on the run up the hill in the main straight at the Hawke's Bay Kart Club. This is, of course, the home track for Greg Murphy. This is where his motorsport career started. So James McDonald, fastest driver on the track at a 33.7. Similar lap times to what he did in the pre-final. And over the longer run of 15 laps for the final, setup is all important with tyre pressures. Tend to run the tyres a little bit lower as the white flag comes out to allow them to generate heat, but not too much heat. If you get any more than 2 psi of growth in the tyre, tends to make the tyre go off, and you'll start seeing the karts sliding around. Go the opposite way, they grip up. You see the karts bouncing through the corners, and they won't release grip, which costs mid-corner time. No such problems here though for the 59er James McDonald. Arrow chassis will take out the final of Rotax Heavy at the CIK Trophy here in the Hawke's Bay, presented by Genai. Tony Cart second with Zach Saloon. Steve Halpin third in the Arrow. Alex Gary fourth in the Intrepid. Teddy Bassick fifth in the Trolley Cart.